Bonjour tout le monde, nous sommes en direct de Bali, à Uluwatu exactement, où aujourd'hui j'ai la chance d'interviewer Lukas, qui a un parcours assez extraordinaire d'entrepreneur et qui va nous raconter tout ça. On va suivre un petit peu son aventure. Alors je vous préviens, Lukas vient d'Amsterdam en Hollande, donc forcément l'interview sera en anglais. Et donc voilà, aujourd'hui on est là ensemble pour cette interview kiffpreneur et puis pour vous permettre de vous inspirer et vous motiver grâce à des parcours entrepreneuriales qui se dirigent vers la liberté et vers la création de leur vie de rêve. C'est parce que l'entrepreneuriat est véritablement un moyen de créer sa vie de rêve et c'est ce que je vous propose de découvrir aujourd'hui avec l'interview de Lukas. So hi everyone, we are here from Bali, Uluwatu. I'm here with Lukas. He's an entrepreneur, an amazing entrepreneur. He has a lot of story to tell, to inspire you, to explain and show you how we can live our dream life with a business. And also he is going to tell us more about his story so we can understand how to grow a business and also how to build our dream life with a business. So welcome to this interview. I'm Mariel. I build a company which is a kind of school teaching people how to become a coach, and also I'm teaching people how to become a joypreneur, how to enjoy your life as an entrepreneur. So hi Lukas, welcome to this interview.
Thank you for the invite.
In advance, sorry for my English. My English is not very good, but I hope you are going to understand me. So yeah, welcome Lukas.
Thanks for the invite. I will try my best also for the English, but we will make it work.
Yeah, we will make it work. So, Lukas, first question I wanted to ask you is, what are your backgrounds? Because you are only 23-year-old, we have to say that, which is very, very important. So very young, and he has a very amazing experience to tell. So, what is your background? What did you study? And maybe can you tell us about your family life? Has it been key success factor for your entrepreneurial life?
Yeah. First of all, I feel old, by the way. I feel old. I'm 23, but I feel old. Need a lot of things to improve myself. But when I was younger, we go to the school. It's a HAVO. I don't know if it says something to you. It's like the niveau. It's just like a normal niveau. That was for 5 years, and I hated school. I did not go to school every day. I was just chilling around with my friends.
How old were you?
Sorry?
How old were you?
I think between 14 and 18 years old, between that age.
So it's high school?
Yeah, that. And I didn't do so much. I was always having fun. I had a lot of fun, by the way. I would never ever miss that period, but it was not me being the best, let's say that. So I skipped school, skipped lessons. I have a great family, by the way. I live together with my mom, my father, my dad, my sister and my brother. They are twins. They're younger than me, so I was the oldest one, and I was first 3 years, no problem, everything went well. But at that point, when I became like 15 years old, I was making a mess of everything. I was just chilling, doing nothing, and at that point I didn't finish my year, so I had to do it again. So my dad was very mad at me, my mother also. I didn't make it happen for them, for me also. And that year I did exactly the same. I did exactly the same. I was like, oh, it's no problems, I will work it out, and at the end I didn't fix my grades. So at that point I had to leave school. Yeah, and
so how old were you? 16, 17?
Yeah, I think 17, something like that, 17, 18, I think 18.
So you quit school at 17?
I had to get away from the school. I was not allowed to study there anymore.
Okay.
So, and I did really, really bad things, like skipping the lessons, not being nice to the teachers. I cannot even find that in myself if I look at me now, but I was just crazy, let's say that.
Okay.
And at that point I needed to finish school, so I went to a school with lots of older people. And at that point I started realizing, okay, what did I do myself? So I fixed at school, I finished, for in 7 years in total. It was 5 years, so I take 2 more years. My parents were very happy, and at that point I started realizing, okay, this is not very good what you did, let's focus on more in school. And at that point I started studying commercial economics, because I like that part, and that was the part I know, okay, I'm sure I have to do this study. But from the first day it feels like I don't want to go to school. Still I don't want to, but I still understand you first have to make something happen when you ever want to leave school. And the study was like 4 years in total, and after 3 years in my first year I started a business. It was like selling scooter gadgets. I was trying everything like online stores, branding, stuff like that, selling things. Then I met a friend of me, he has the cleaning company like I told you about yesterday. I joined his cleaning company as an account manager, and I started improving myself, and that was the point I didn't felt connection with the others on school because they were partying, and I did that also, but I figured out what I liked. So I grow more, and at one point we grow the cleaning company to like crazy heights. It went crazy because of COVID. We jumped in from the gel and all the COVID stuff, and that grew really fast. And at that point I was also doing the marketing. That's at the end I have a marketing agency, by the way, but I think it will come back later. But I was doing the marketing and the advertisements, and I realized this is maybe for 1 year. We do great things in the company, but this is going to finish one day, and I need to start something for the future.
By yourself?
Yeah.
Because you were an employee in that company?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like an employee. We were like 4 friends building the company.
So you built the company all together?
Yeah.
So you came from where to where with the COVID? I mean, what was the growth that you had to handle? You know, because growing is a thing, but you have to follow up after more customers, more work. So it's a lot of things going on. So we were with four friends, and first of all it was only the cleaning, but we were specialized in hospitals. Physio practice, things like that, and because cleaning is very important at those places, and especially for the hospitals, they started ordering COVID stuff like the gel and also dispensers, and so we were like, okay, this is going to be a thing for sure. So we started bringing that in the company, and it went crazy. We built a store. We were calling everyday companies like, yo, do you need this? Do you need this? Like all day long. And a lot of sales.
Yeah, lots of sales all day long. Yeah,
selling.
It was only sales. And at that part, we made some roles. Like, okay, I'm the salesman. The other was the salesman. We had the third one, he was bringing the stuff to the customers, and the other also, he was doing the planning and stuff, so we split, and then we did all our roles. And then we also had to bring in some people to help us also.
So how many persons were in the company at the end?
I think something around 10 maybe. Yeah, I think something like that, but lots of friends. Lots of friends asking them to help us, and we never stopped. We at the night we were still working because we had to bring it to the customers.
And also you were excited about the growth of the company and the opportunity of the COVID. So you just took the opportunity and you were working all together to make that work and to make more profit also. So you were sharing the I don't know, the stock, the capital of the company altogether? Yeah,
no, it was like one of the friends, he started the cleaning company, and he was like the big brain behind everything. So he always took the full 100% and built something already when I jumped in. But of course we get like bonuses and stuff, but he was like the brain behind the stuff. So most of the things goes to him because he was also investing, so that's normal. But the growth we make financially, but also at the other part, like employing yourself, or how do you say, improving yourself, that was crazy. I have never seen things like that. And what we did is we went to high schools and we started making sales with high schools because they liked our story. So you can buy it from someone else or from us.
So you were selling a basic product, but with that story of 4 students. They were in love with the story and the concept, so they buy it from you instead of buying it from another big company on the market. So this is really important what you're saying, because it's all about the storytelling and the story you're providing in your business.
It is
very part of the success.
Yeah, because I don't know if there are also younger people watching, but if they do, the number one tip I always give to people is use your story to make the growth, because people like the story.
Inspire.
Yeah. It works really well.
I saw that, since I'm here in Bali, I have discovered people in another way. I don't know them, I'm not sure I'm gonna see them again. So when I presented myself, I was very real and honest about my story, which is based on burnout. This is how I became an entrepreneur and I built my dream life. And when I'm saying it with my heart, I have almost a little water coming here, a tears, and people are just jumping into my story and they want to know more, and then naturally I give them advice based on what they're saying, and it's totally different link and connection with people.
It's pure, it's more pure, and it's the story behind, and people can feel your story. So that's the number one tip for sure. And also, if you're younger, use that, because people like to help younger entrepreneurs to grow, make their first sales, and we use that a lot. We closed like almost all the high schools. And a high school makes big orders, like big orders. They were the big clients, so it was funny because they were like, okay, we want to buy it for you, but we made also a lot of money from that. So that was crazy.
And so now, next step, how did you become an entrepreneur?
I was already doing that kind of stuff in the company, but also besides the company, selling products. So I was always trying to make money.
More.
But I just enjoyed the road, not like making the money, but just I have an idea. So I was doing that, and I was always thinking 2 steps forward, and I already knew I need to make something myself, because there is one day this whole thing is going to stop, and now I need to work now, because if that day comes, I'm ready.
Your idea in your head was not, I don't want to work for somebody else's dream, or I don't want to be a slave as an employee. It wasn't that way. You were lucky to live that experience with your friends, because you decided to become an entrepreneur for something bigger, not from suffering from a situation. You did it
I just got inspired.
And get inspired. That's really important. I'm so happy I'm interviewing you, because we have another story about becoming an entrepreneur. Because I met a lot of entrepreneurs, and I'm teaching people, entrepreneurs, how to build their business, etc. And everybody has quit their job because of pain at work. And that's a totally different approach. So
it is.
That's interesting. So then you started doing some business, and one day.
Yeah, because also the friend of me, he was at that point like 20 years old, and he built a crazy company. So that was so inspiring to me. And the thing I saw is he was doing cleaning. But if you bring in a new client for cleaning, you will do the cleaning every month. So he brings in one client, but it's recurring. So that inspired me also. And at that point I was thinking about, okay, cleaning has not big profit margins, so I need to bring more value, because cleaning is not only value.
How old were you?
Also 20.
20 still?
Yeah.
And you had that maturity of thinking about all that stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the only thing what interested me at these days. Because years before that, I was doing different stuff. I was not even doing something I like. I was just chilling. and it triggers me. I didn't want to go home. I wanted to do more. I wanted to learn more. I was just like, how is he doing that, and how can I do this? And so that inspired me. And at that point, I was already doing marketing stuff.
Okay.
Because
because you had to sell the product you were selling, so you started doing marketing, and then you get passionate by marketing.
Yeah, I did like everything, building the websites, building landing pages, building ads, building social media posts, and so I started realizing, okay, this could be the service I can do on monthly basis. And at that point I was like, okay, I need to start a marketing agency for sure.
So that's how it started?
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago?
Yeah. Yeah, I think something like that.
2 years ago?
Maybe a little bit more, 2.5.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
And can you tell us what was your turnover the first year? And were you by yourself, or did you already have some employees?
No, I did everything myself. I think the turnover was already 6 figures in the first year. Yeah, yeah. I don't. Yeah. I think. So. Yeah, I think it was like that. Yeah.
So what is your secret?
But
how did you do that by yourself?
But it was not only for the marketing agency. It was like everything together. So the products, the service I did, like all the business I did at that point in that year. I think it was 6 figures in the first year. Yeah.
And so how? What is the key success? Like, how do you manage different companies doing all together that turnover, especially doing this kind of business agency? You have more margin. Mm-hmm. Maybe also you created a business with product that you can have another bigger margin.
Yeah.
So you did everything by yourself, getting high margin, which means that the 6 figures, maybe half or more are for yourself.
Yeah.
So wow.
Yeah. That was a crazy story, but it was that was also the year I still used selling products around COVID. So it was like a mix. Like the marketing agency itself, it was like maybe 40-50K that year. What was also very good. Yeah, was also very good. But because of COVID, I think it was like 6 figures the first year.
So you were specialized in COVID products.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was the opportunity of the moment.
Yeah.
But you thought about next step. Maybe the COVID is going to stop, and then you have to find another solution, another product.
Yeah.
And so that's how came the pops up the agency.
Yeah, and I bring in like I'm very good at the sales thing, so I'm a salesperson, and I was selling everything like websites, social media, ads, everything you can think by yourself around marketing. I can do it.
Oh, you could do it. So you were selling it by maybe getting help from other people.
Yeah. Or I just learned it myself. I was like, okay, I'm going to sell this. I sold it, and at that point, I need to learn it to bring in the project. Yeah.
Okay, so now what are the products you're selling right now? What is your agency about?
Yeah, the main focus is ads, only ads on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
We do sometimes social media for clients, but I don't really like it.
Okay.
And because I do ads, it's because of the value you bring in. Because social media posts, everybody can do that. Mm-hmm. Maybe you can make a better social media post, but if you have a good strategy for running ads and bring in new clients for a company, that's where the value is. So I only focus on that part of the business.
Okay.
But the thing is, when someone becomes a client from us, sometimes they ask me like, hey, I want to have social media. Yeah. And then we fix that for them.
So you take a commission on all that service?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's very important also to target something, to stay focused on one thing.
Yeah.
So your communication, your advertising also, it's more powerful.
Yeah.
So right now, you are not only selling the service of doing the advertising, you also help the entrepreneur and the company to find a good approach and strategy. So it's also doing strategy first to have the best strategy in the advertising, which is very, very...
It's a little bit of consulting, something like that.
Yeah, so this is why there is a high value.
Yeah. And because I know there are a lot of companies, they run ads they generate leads. And I don't know for the people, but leads are people they're interested in. So they leave their information like a phone number, email, or stuff like that. And lots of people or companies are struggling with making leads clients. And because I'm a salesperson, I had my first client and she was so busy that she couldn't call all those leads. So I told her, no problem, I want to call the leads because I want to know what people think when they see my ad. And I closed like almost 80% of all the leads.
Wow.
So at that point I realized like, okay, there are a lot of companies, they run ads, but they don't convert their leads into clients. So that's where became the vision. We don't deliver leads, we deliver clients.
Wow.
And I wanted to solve that solution.
Very high value.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna try to ask you that question I have in mind in English. Now, how many customers do you have? Recurrent?
Not so much. We growed really fast this year until like 16, 17 clients. But I realized I learned a lot of things about these clients because many clients does not say anything. Good clients, they say things because we have a client, he pays more than 4 clients in total. And he's never complaining, he never calls me, he has a good team, so we grow really fast. But I realized like, okay, not all those clients are good clients. Some clients are like headaches or they are not good at the sales point. I teach them, they're still not good at it. So we are choosing our clients. Because
which is very important.
Yeah. And now, because last year I learned a lot about my clients, and now we discovered more about, okay, this is the perfect client.
So you have a kind of process to hire clients, right?
Yeah. We have now.
So you focus on one thing in your business, and also you have one type of customer.
Yeah.
So you don't have any problems and anything to manage, which is useless. So you're just cleaning your business.
Yeah.
And so, how much is the standard basket? I don't know if we can say this word. When you charge a customer, I mean, maybe you have different prices.
Yeah.
What is the most common price a client pay for you for 1 month, for example? Or I don't know how to consider the offer. If it's one time.
It depends a lot of the business because I look at the value I can bring in the company. So if a company is selling things and I bring in a new client, it gives them like 2,000 and I bring in like 20 customers each month, I will charge them way more than others. So we look at the value, but if you say like what's common, I think between 1,000 and 1,500 each month for a client. And we started, when I started I was doing it for 300 a month or something like that, because I just wanted to start running ads.
So you are in medium ticket or high ticket, you think, on the market?
High ticket, yeah, because in the Netherlands everything is really small. Everything is really small, so I have competitors, they do it for like 400 a month, 500 a month, but at the end,
the same quality?
No, it's way different. If you take a look at the USA, because I've also marketing agency friends, they run their ads in the USA. It's normal to pay around 20,000, 25,000 each month. That's where it starts. That's normal. So that's probably going to be the next step. But it's easy to start in your own language for sure, and here you can learn a lot. And there are also bigger clients here. So we have one big client, and he pays us really good money, and he's never stressed about things. And what I discovered is like the smaller clients are not the good clients because they are an entrepreneur in their own business. So that's good. They are entrepreneurs, but they are not real entrepreneurs. So if you bring them in leads, they are like, it's 5 p.m. I wanted to have vacation now. And a real entrepreneur never stops.
Okay.
So it's also like the growth mindset. The smaller clients, they don't have a growth mindset.
And so what is your growth mindset?
My growth mindset.
So how do you think, how do you act to make your business grow? What is your vision?
Yeah, my vision is I am always looking back on the things I discovered. So, for example, those clients problem, because we grow really fast and we had lots of clients. So I was like, wow, this is amazing. I make more money. And at one point I realized like this is really fucked up. I hate those clients. It gives me a lot of money, but I'm not happy with it.
Okay.
And I'm sure this is not going to be stable for years. So my growth mindset is more based on my experience, and I take my time to think about the experience and then make plans for the future. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's always like I don't believe in on the other side it's better. You have to make it work on your side. You can take a look at others.
Okay.
You can get inspired by others, but don't think like what I'm doing is not working, because that's not true. Sometimes it's true, of course. Sometimes you have to cut the lines and say this is not working anymore. So that's also a thing I do. If I think this is not working, don't wait too long. But in the business in general, you have to make it work. That's my growth mindset. It will work.
And it reminds me what you explained to me about your agency. Because as you told me, you gave me advices yesterday, and you told me, okay, so we have to start from here, and so we are going to test this approach, this one, we are going to see which one is working, and then we do a selection, and then you see? So this is part of what you're doing every day, and so you're just doing it with your business, so you can improve anytime. And you see, sometimes me as an entrepreneur, I don't want to look back, I just want to go there, and it's not working. Sometimes I'm spending a lot of energy and money, but if I look back and try to understand my mistakes, etc., it's getting better, and then it's just natural and fast, So
that's really important.
This is one of the key success factors.
It is 100%, because you need to make those mistakes.
Yeah, and as an entrepreneur and with this company, what was your biggest mistake, even if you don't regret it, because we always learn something out of the mistake, but what was your biggest one?
I think it's a really hard question. There was one point I really wanted to scale up. I think my biggest mistake was maybe this year, because the mistake I made was the pressure of scaling up the agency, but not make it scalable as possible. So the mistake was I was pushing myself. You have to get new clients, you have to scale up, and all the time I made the same mistake, scaling up. I see those clients doesn't work out. And do it again and again and again, and that was a really big mistake. And now I get it more. So and there was also one point I brought in a salesperson, and he sold me the dream, and I do that also to clients. And I'm very I wanted to know everything about you if you are trying to sell me the dream, because I'm a salesperson also. But he fucked me up. And it was a big investment, and I never get something from it. So that was also a really big mistake.
Okay. We learn by doing.
Yeah.
So it's always a good experience. Okay. So now about this first mistake you told me, you are trying to implement process.
Yeah.
So you can grow without having any problem.
Yeah.
You have new customers, but you can handle it.
Exactly.
Right? So
Yeah.
And
Like,
how are you doing this? Is there any tools or way of doing this?
Yeah.
Because me, for example, I'm using everything that it's digital I can use, I'm able to use, I'm using it. Calendly, Stripe for payment, I have a selling process, and so I have also an online platform for my girls. So I did it, so now it's working. I worked hard to to get it.
Yeah.
But now it's very simple. So now I'm here, as I told you, in Bali for 2 months on holidays, and everything is working. Like every week I'm having new customers, new revenue.
Yeah.
Not by doing anything, just checking with my team,
Yeah.
which are freelancer, so I don't have fixed charge.
Oh,
Which
that's
is
great.
very important
Yeah.
to grow the business for the moment at that stage.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, what was the tool you have used, or the way you did it?
Yeah, it's in agency. It's in the agency world. It's really important. Like we call it SOP. The meaning is like standard operation processes, I think. Or
Okay.
so if you bring in a new client, first of all you have to get access to their Facebook Business Manager. Then you have to have a call, ask them everything. So you make a process from that. But you not only make processes for the clients, you also have to do exactly the same for your business. So my day is more like the half of the day I'm working, and the other half of the day I spend time on thinking about the processes. So you have to just make time for
very
that.
hard.
Yeah, it is. But that
You're
makes
very brave.
it. Yeah.
Everything you're doing for your business, like spending time on process, spending time on your mistakes so you can improve. Oh my god, I already have a headache.
Yeah, because it's really important. And also in the agency I had so many times that I brought in like 4 clients a week, and I didn't even know where I was for each client, and I hate it. I need structure in the things I do. That was always in me. I can do everything, but I write it down, because otherwise I get crazy of it. So every day I have a to-do list, and at the end of the day I fix everything and make the new to-do list, because it clears my mind. So I do that also for the agency, but that's for like every business. Every business has like a process, also for following up the leads. How do we follow up the leads? Let's make a process from it, and you can just easily do it. Type it in Word, or what I really like is making it visual. I really enjoy making things visual.
Me too.
Yeah.
I need schemes. You say schemes?
Yeah, like that.
These schemes.
Exactly.
I need schemes for everything. This is the process. Ta, 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 ta.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Arrow to do this. Next step, this. Yeah, it's easy. I need visual also.
And the thing is, like when you make an SOP, that's how we call it, it's probably gonna change, because on the way you will discover things, so you can build it out. So that's why you have to do it constantly. So like maybe 1 time a week, take a look. Can I improve something? It's like the efficiency. You make it more efficient.
Okay.
So that's what I try to do.
Okay. And so now you are in Bali.
Yeah.
What brought you to Bali? How did you arrive here?
I'm here with my girlfriend, and we were thinking about a vacation, and I know there are lots of people like us here in Bali, and I really enjoyed Europe, but I wanted to go somewhere else. I went to the USA one time before, but I wanted to go like Indonesia, Bali, Thailand, something around that, for vacation, also to meet new people and just to go out of comfort. So I was not planning to do it for 1 or 2 weeks. I just wanted to go like 6, 7, 8 weeks, something around that, and just
live a real experience.
Yeah. So it was just an idea, and also because of the co-working spaces, the people here. I just wanted to know, how is it there? I see it on Instagram. Now I wanted to go there.
Yeah,
and
sure.
that was the
and
reason.
this is exactly how we met yesterday.
Yeah,
On the table here in that
perfect
co-working
example.
space. We just had a connection. We spoke for 1 hour.
Yeah, we did.
And it was wonderful.
It's a great conversation.
Yeah, we learned a lot of things from each other. And
yeah,
now we're
here
today for the interview, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And so yeah, this is how it works. I think that, you know me, I'm from the Caribbean, Martinique, and it is a very paradise island, and I love that place. But I needed also to change my environment, and also to meet other entrepreneurs from all around the world, So they have a different view, different point of view, different vision, different way of doing things, of doing business, so I can just learn from them.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that was very important, and at first it was hard for me to meet people.
Yeah.
I had an excuse with this kind of interview. I went to a French group, but only 3 people came back to me on a very long list.
Yeah.
And then I tried to find business event, workshop and stuff like that, which was very hard. So that was part of my technique, to find new people and meet others, and also experiment myself as a foreigner, as an entrepreneur with other foreigners, and to see how I express myself, how they feel about my experience and stuff like that. And it was very empowering for me.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah.
So that was not really simple, but at the end I'm very happy because I met only a few people, but it was amazing connection, so I'm very happy.
Yeah.
So here you are living a digital nomad life.
Yeah.
And how is your schedule? Like, do you enjoy the time here, or you're working all the day?
No, because my girlfriend's going to be mad for that. No, we talked about that. I told her we are here for 6.5 weeks, and I cannot have vacation for 6.5 weeks, of course. So the first 2 weeks, just vacation, just chill, a little bit of work, but did everything before we leave. And I can finish lots of stuff when I focus one day. So that was the first 2 weeks, and at the 4th of September, so that's next Monday, then new month starts, of course, and I have a lot of ideas for scaling up the agency. So that month I'm going to do a little bit more work, for me, my girlfriend, there's a big time difference. So you can chill here in the morning and work at the end of the day, or we can switch it. So like that, think around 5-6 hours a day. Sometimes, like yesterday, I just take one whole day, so I can do lots of stuff, and then I can chill a little bit.
Okay.
But like both.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you told me you're doing some surf.
Yeah.
You're surfing.
Yeah.
And you go to the gym also?
Yeah.
So what are you doing for your health and for your mental health? What are you doing, even with the food or the rhythm of your life? What are the
I really get inspired by people who have a discipline, because it's the how do you say that? That's where everything starts. If you ever want to start your own business, it starts with discipline. And that's why I also grew my company before I quit school, because it was really hard to do it together. But I told myself, you cannot skip your school if you have not built something yourself, so you have to do it both. And I had a lot of people around me who were in school and they had all the time and they're still fucking it up. And I hated it, but I need to do it. So it's always in me, but to improve that, I go to the gym, of course. I try to take a look at my food. So every morning.
Every morning?
But no, not. I did not surf yet here.
Okay.
I did not. I wanted to go today, but the waves were not so great. Okay. But when I was younger, I went on surfing camps, stuff like that. So, but I'm not a really great surfer, but I enjoy the beach.
But you were about to say every morning, what you're doing every morning? What is your routine, if you have one?
Yeah, my routine is most of the time, when I'm back in my country, sometimes I take a cold shower, sometimes I take an ice bath. Yeah,
me too.
Just to start the day with something out of comfort. And then I really want to get my notebook, take a look at the results of the clients. So that's the moment I get in the work, take a look at my to-dos, and then the day starts. And most of the time I really enjoy to go to the gym in the morning, but I have a really good friend and also my girlfriend, we go together. Cool. And they only have time at the end of the day. So my routine is at the end of the day, then we go to the gym. And every morning I don't try to eat until 11 a.m. Because at that point most of the time I have the best focus if I'm not eating. And then at
I see what you
11 a.m. I started to make my first shake every morning, the same like oats, bananas, whey protein, yeah. Yeah. But I know I always want to push myself, so when I go to the gym I cannot go like 2 times and eat fast food. It's not like I'm very strict in the diet, but I want to do it in a good way. But it's also taking a lot of effort also. So it's not like I'm eating very strict and going to the gym very strict, but I know I want to go 4 times and I want to eat healthy.
Okay.
So that's the basics.
Okay.
But when I'm back, I want to go very strict.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like in periods.
Okay.
Because sometimes you have to give yourself a little bit more space, you know. It's not you cannot push yourself in the agency, the foods, the.
I know you cannot be everywhere. So you
it's
have
possible, but
it's hard.
I'm also.
So do your best in each field, and
yeah.
be the best one in one field.
Exactly like that. Yeah, that's better.
And what about self-development and mindset? You told me there is someone coaching you and pushing you to the limit and forward.
Yeah.
What are your habits or things you do to develop yourself and your mindset?
Yeah, like every Thursday we have a coaching call. That's with my coach. He is also running an agency. He is doing like a big amount of revenue. It's crazy, and every Thursday I make myself ready, think about last week, what did I discover, what do I want to ask, what do I want to learn. And then we have the coaching calls, just 1 hour, but that is like every week. So self-development, it comes in periods. Sometimes I'm only working. I still improve myself at that point, of course, but I'm not reading a book, as example. So like the coaching call, it's every week. So that's for me very nice.
So he's more helping you on your self-development and mindset than on your business?
No, more in the business. No, I mean like my self-development is in periods. So sometimes I can read a book or do something for my self-development, and sometimes I can just work 2 weeks long. But the coaching call is like every week. So that's my common growth. Yeah. And that works really well because it let me think about myself and the agency, and he gives me like 80% of the answers, not everything, so I can take it home.
Great.
Yeah. And also, of course, the gym is for me a growth point. It's really it really grows me because of the discipline. And also taking a look at other entrepreneurs. I really enjoy like videos. I need to read more. I need to, but I'm so distracted all the time. I enjoy like watching videos and writing everything down.
What was your best book? Your best business book?
My best business book.
Or the one you would recommend to the entrepreneurs that are listening to us?
I don't know the name. It's
not the one you told me yesterday?
No, because I didn't read it in total. There was one book. It's called At the Edge, something like that. I will look it up after.
Okay, and I will put it under the description.
Yeah, but that was a really good book. It was about a guy who has 2 lives. At one point the surf life, and at one point the entrepreneur life. And it inspires me because the entrepreneur was working too much, so it asked him too much. And the surf guy, he could enjoy things on a whole different way. And that together made him the best version of himself. So it let me think like, okay, you don't always have to do it this way. There are different ways to become the person you want to become. Yeah. So that was for me a really good book.
Another question, this is one of the last one I have.
Yeah.
Another question is, what was the worst or the more difficult things you had to face in your business life? What was the hardest things you had to?
I think being on myself, because I'm a very social person, have a lot of friends, but at one point you started realizing you need to put in the work, and it's not working if you hang out all the time or chill with your friends. But that's also really hard because you need to be on your own. So that was a really hard
you
part.
You are very young also.
Yeah.
So that's why it's harder for you than me, for example.
Yeah, because I was always everybody tries to be somebody, because we live in a close place. Everybody looks at each other, so you want also to achieve something. So there's a little bit of pressure, you can say it like that. People are judging. So you wanted to become something, and it was really hard to get yourself to a point to let it go. Go in the back, go on the low, and do your own stuff. But there was also one point when I realized that I had no issues with it anymore, and I still don't have that.
Okay.
No, I don't have.
It was hard at first.
Yeah. It was really, it was difficult. It was strange because I was the only one doing that. So I had no one to talk about things like this.
What about your parents? They are not entrepreneurs?
No. My mom is works at the bank, so she always helped me a little bit, but she was working really long days. So, and I'm a good talker, so she has not always time for that. And the people I was talking to, they were like more like from there he is again, you know. So I was talking to myself.
Okay. I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah. So that was a hard part, but yeah, that made me very strong also, because I can be on my own without problems.
And also you build yourself by your own.
Yeah.
So it makes you stronger.
Yeah,
anyway.
It did. Yeah.
No doubt. And to finish with, what would be the advice you could give to an entrepreneur or future entrepreneur?
I think the most people have, when you're younger, they have problems with what should I do.
Okay.
And the older people have more problems with should I stop working, because they like the how do you say that?
The joy.
No, they have the money, the boss.
They work for somebody else's dream?
Yeah, so I see most of the time they don't want to quit because they have in the money, the job.
Security?
Yeah, that part. That I was looking for that word. Yeah, and the biggest advice I can give is you will make the biggest growth if you just start. So don't
start.
Yeah, for sure, because I also started with something, but it's not at the end the business I am talking about now. But to become there, you have to start. So just start something. It doesn't mean if you make money. Yeah, that's the best advice, because sometimes I speak on high schools to younger people to talk a little bit about what I'm doing, and they always were like, "Oh, I have so many ideas and I don't know where to start." Okay, just pick one and start tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know,
and take actions, and you'll see, and you'll learn so many things that you will grow in your mind, and you'll be able to handle another bigger business.
Yeah, because the first idea is never going to be the best idea, 100%.
But you will be ready by making it concrete. You'll be able to take an opportunity just like you did.
Exactly.
And build another.
And you need
business.
to be ready for that
but you
opportunity.
have the process. You know how to build a business.
Yeah.
And you know now how to improve it.
Exactly. So I think that's the best advice.
Okay, thank you. Would you like to say something, to say bye, or is there anything you want to say, or maybe you can share your company contacts in case anybody wants to work with you?
Yeah. I don't know how to spell it, but maybe we can drop the Instagram in the description.
Sure, exactly.
But you can follow me on Instagram for sure. And if you have questions, just drop in a DM. Also drop in a DM to Maril, and we will get back to you guys.
Sure, with pleasure. So see you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.